Welcome to Druggy Nation. We're the bridge between everything pharmacy and pop culture. And now, let's check in with your connect and America's favorite pharmacist, Emmanuel Wogirin.
Why? They do talking, I'm not here.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, for the first time, like, doing like a pod or something like that? Like,
Not the first time doing a pod, but first time I want to say doing it on a professional level.
Like you're not one of those, like, little bitty, okay, I got followers.
Yeah,
oh my gosh, not like a million followers, but it's enough to, like, people will hear about it a little bit. Yeah.
It's better than, like, when I'm going on and, like, I didn't, every podcast or anything I went on, I can literally say, my episode was the largest episode. Because,
nice.
Because it was like my small following gravitated to more than the podcast.
Okay, you post on social media like the whole thing.
Yeah,
oh gosh,
so,
they fuck. Gotcha. What about you? Have you nervous about this?
I've never done it.
You never done it, yeah, but like you're an outgoing person, so I think like you be like.
I've heard about it and stuff. I just never.
Hey, welcome to the world.
welcome, right? Mickety, mic check, testing, 1, 2, 3. You already know what it is. I'm coming live from the DMV, aka Baltimore, aka Crime City. It's your boy, your best friend, America's favorite pharmacist, aka the Pied Piper pharmacist, Emmanuel Wogirin. And today, guys, I'm joined by a special guest. And I'm really excited for this one, actually, because, I met him in one of those Baltimore crack houses, right? And he was living filthy. So I decided I wanted to rescue him. Like, when them puppies you save and shit? I wanted to rescue him, right? And now, he's like a grown man now. I'm so proud of what he became today, right? And he brought along one of his friends. She was a former stripper back in the day. And name was Ashley. She's here with us in the background. She's talking. You heard that stripper voice. You heard the stripper voice? Bet. So, or he could just be one of my homegirl, Janae's friends. And he's very important for what we're going to talk about today, about the whole medical dispensary game, all right? So, without further ado, I want to welcome to the podcast for the very first time, my homeboy, Aaron, and also Ashley. Give a round of applause.
Hey.
That's the lady. So shout out to my thousands of subscribers and all them downloads. Keep it up. I'm trying to get paid, guys, all right? So let's get that money flowing. So shout out to Anchor, too. So keeping it a buck. So if you're a first-time listener, welcome to the conversation here at Drug E Nation. Now, as a pill popping nation, this is the numero uno platform talk about the role drugs play in our everyday lives and society. This is the only pharmacy podcast worth listening to. I call it informative entertainment, where you learn and laugh. Here we have an open dialogue about our drug use, whether it's prescription, recreational, or illegal, and how it affects everybody here in this here America. All right? So some of you takes drugs or meds, whether it's you or your family or friends. Nobody is immune to it, all right? And with that, welcome to episode 3. All right? So now, if you all remember from the first season, I think my second episode, it was on medical marijuana and dispensaries in Baltimore, all that good stuff. My boy was on here. C Money was on here talking about that. But I didn't really delve more into dispensaries, like the actual business of it back then. That was back in 2019. I think it was a February episode. Check that out if you want to hear more about that. But today I am going to talk about more about the dispensary game. So today I decided to bring on a guest who knows about the industry and is actually a part of the business. So this should be definitely informative and more importantly fun. All right. So before we dive in, and because I want to hear my voice some more, let me give you guys a little bit of info about medical and recreational marijuana dispensaries. Okay. So what is a medical dispensary? Now let me know, Aaron, if I'm off too and when I'm reading like the descriptions. So medical dispensaries are out in these streets because federal law prohibits cannabis from being prescribed and filled in pharmacies, right? Yeah. So medical dispensaries where you want to go when you need any type of cannabis products. So there's like recreational as well as medical dispensaries. And every state, I think, is legal to have medical dispensaries. All states have medical, and most of the states have recreational, I believe. Last time I checked.
I think it's still a few states that are completely no.
Nothing at all.
They
probably in the South, right?
They probably. I think that's but it's decriminal. It still is. I think it is decriminalized in all states though. It is.
Oh gotcha. Yeah, Oregon decriminalized everything. You heard
Oregon?
Like heroin.
Oregon's open. Yeah.
Yeah, they're open for business for sure. Like everything is criminalized in Oregon. Everything. They out here in these streets. They want their money.
Right,
that's the mountains.
So today we're gonna go over the differences between the two, as well as everything you need to know about the marijuana dispensary industry. All right. So a little background. Unlike a trip to the doctor, where you will likely be greeted by security at these dispensaries when you step into it. All right. So this is because that banks don't take their money, which forces them to only deal in cash. So you need protection if you have, only cash at hand at your, location and shit, right? So having that much cash around at all times requires more security than you find at a regular local pharmacy like the CVS or Rite Aid, right? So upon entering, there's usually a receptionist that you have to check in with before being allowed into the dispensing area, right? The receptionist will ask for your ID and a medical marijuana recommendations card from your doctor. And if your ID is from another state, you'll be asked to provide more proof of residency. All right. So many dispensaries offer deals and discounted prices to medical marijuana patients. Anyone that smokes regularly can end up saving money in the long run by actually purchasing a medical marijuana card. So that's medical marijuana. Recreational dispensaries allows anybody from anywhere but the age of 21 to purchase cannabis, right? Legally. So depending on the state, the supply of the medical and recreational cannabis could be completely separate or nearly identical. The benefits of recreational dispensaries are that you don't have to pay for medical marijuana recommendation. Yo, my homegirl from back in Boston, whatever, she's like, I can get your card easily, medical marijuana. Back in that's like 2014, 2013. If you go to the doctor, you'd be like, I'm in pain and I tried this, whatever, and it doesn't help me. They can just prescribe you the medical marijuana. So I didn't try it because I have like the connection stuff, but it's not hard to get it, I think, right? It's not like too hard.
It's not.
Yeah.
No more.
Not no more, right? Yeah. And right now, I mean, everything is decriminalized for marijuana, so it's like, yeah, exactly. So when you enter a recreational marijuana dispensary, it's much simpler than a medical one. You still have to show security, your ID, show you're 21 and older. If it's a medical and recreational dispensary, the receptionist will ask if your visits for recreational purposes or medical marijuana purposes, okay? Those with medical marijuana recommendations that are visiting for the first time will have to register with a receptionist before entering. Everyone else can proceed to the dispensing area to pick up their products and pay, right? And the products you see in the dispensary varies from state to state. So for example, states like New York don't allow dispensaries to have smokable flowers. You only find cannabis derivatives like tinctures or vape pen cartridges over in like New York. Recreational dispensaries have cannabis in flower form, as well as concentrated forms like keef, and everything you can find at a medical dispensary pretty much. They're also edibles as well to a recreational dispensary. So that's just a little bit about the medical recreational dispensaries. Now let's have some fun. All right, so first, actually, before we do that, I want to get some stats. I like stats a lot. Let's just see how this industry is growing from an overview point of view, and then kind of go more into Aaron, my guest here, and maybe Ashley's ad libs in the back. We'll see. So the growth of the industry. I like stats. All right, so sales for cannabis, legal cannabis, reached close to $20 billion in 2020. Nationwide, cannabis sales increased 67% in 2020. The U.S. market is expected to reach a value of $30 billion by 2025. Oklahoma has the fastest growing marijuana cultivation market in the U.S. Who would have thought? They issue more commercial grown licenses than any other state. Wow, they're getting high in Oklahoma. Interesting. Right. Yeah. Because cannabis is still not federally legal, many dispensaries cannot be insured and are opposed to crime, prompting a huge wave of investment in advanced access control, which basically is using technology to control all aspects of growing cannabis. And you know all about that, Aaron. Yeah, we'll talk about that too. So a lot of facilities have the indoor growing and are using softwares like I think it's Kai's, something like that. You can look it up if you want to, but about the whole advanced access control stuff. 12% of Americans are active marijuana users. Like, that's a low number. 12%, yeah. Support for legal marijuana is at an all-time high. But I mean, I guess maybe if you live in like a bubble where my friends or whatever people I know are all using marijuana, maybe you could feel like more people using it. then so I trust the stats.
I think that. Yeah,
you know what I mean? That kind of that might be what the case is.
It's just like literally physically in our own state.
Yeah,
it's 22,000 patients.
Oh wow, really?
In Maryland. It's only 22,000 people in Maryland smoke weed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's very low.
Come on.
It's like, how many million people in Maryland?
I
don't believe that at all.
I mean, a lot of people still getting their medical stuff from their local.
Yeah, 20,000. Let me tell you this part real quick. I forgot it. 12,000 in my ass. So support for legal marijuana is at an all-time high at 68%, which is this is why I guess
fine amount. That's the
it's I'm reading about that stat. 68% approve of marijuana. I think it might be about right. If we're in the South, maybe they might be more reserved, conservative to be all about it.
I look at it like this, like even in my own space, like my owner for my DSP, like he still kind of be on the fence, like I get that. Yeah, it's a generational thing. I feel like millennials and forward, like that number is gonna shoot through the roof. Like from and not like all millennials, but like millennials and like the younger generations, like we don't give a fuck about this marijuana. That's why you're seeing all these like laws being changed now because people are turning 18 and voting and all that kind of stuff. So I think that's kind of what's going on. Jay-Z is involved in it too. I forgot what it was called. His cannabis business. I was trying to order it actually, but it's in California, based I think, and like all that red tape with that. So the U.S. cannabis industry in total is worth $61 billion. You think about that number for a second, okay? And then we're gonna talk about my different things, the questions I got for Aaron, and you're gonna see how that number plays on the fact because like 61 billion, where's that money going? Is it going to people that deserve it, that should be going to, or people that like just I want to get into the business and like easy for them to get access to the business and now they're making money off it and all that kind of stuff. We'll talk about all that anyways. And then millennials are by far the biggest users of marijuana at almost 50%, followed by Generation X at 23%, and then Generation Z at 17%. So millennials, man, we just fucking depressed. We just want to fucking smoke up and shit. We're just tired of this shit. We got screwed. All right? We got bills. We got student loans. We're tired. We was recovering from crack. We was like, this is way better than crack. What was that? The generation before us thinking like, woo.
Like, we're 90s babies, man. So we're going through it right now. 50%, we out here in these streets.
Everybody don't got you doing no wild shit either. Chilling.
Yeah, facts. All right, Beth. So that was my little, background information about medical and recreational dispensaries, and also some stats to keep you thinking and stuff. But now let's get to the fun part of it. One of my guests here, Aaron, is here, and Ashley as well too. So I got a few questions for my boy Aaron. All right. So first, I gotta start with like people don't know who you are, I guess. So let's go a little bit about your background, I guess. Just a little bit about your background. Where you're from, I guess.
Well, first of all, like, we not gonna use Aaron. I use Aaron in corporate. Like,
what you think? We boogie with a hoodie. Well, there we go, man.
Hey, I'm Space Jam to the world.
Oh, okay, we got Space Jam. We got Space Jam.
I already got it tatted on me. It's really
that's lit. That's lit.
Like, okay. So it's real.
Okay.
Yeah, like it's real. So like, really, just my background is I'm born and raised West Baltimore.
That's the dangerous part.
Should
I be scared if I go there? Is it dangerous?
I mean,
it's East Baltimore. It's
East Baltimore.
It's East Baltimore.
East Baltimore.
Okay.
I always say that, and I'm like I say, I'm faithfully from West.
Yeah.
East Baltimore is where they go crazy.
Yeah.
But West Baltimore, we just trying to get some money. We just want to get some money for real.
Trying to get money.
Like Zone 29. That's where I'm from.
Zone 29. Okay.
I went to local schools. I went to Booker T.
So you Baltimore born and bred, like you're entrenched in this. You got connections in the streets. You're a drug dealer, all that stuff. The feds got cases against you. The feds against you.
Maybe we should go back there.
I'm talking to Space Jam. I'm talking to alter ego right now. So I'm messing with you.
Is this Vlad?
That's Vlad. My AKA Vlad. Emmanuel AKA Vlad. I'm out here in the streets.
Okay.
No. I'm messing with it. They know I be playing on here. Yeah. I know you say you play, when we were talking on the phone like last week, you say you played college sports, right?
Yeah,
So
So it's crazy. So I want to say the college thing is where I found I really got into the understanding of business. I almost say it was like a curse though, because me being I felt it was too early for me to start to look at it so business wise.
Gotcha.
Like I came back from UD and I was done with playing with football. I just was like, I don't even want to play football no more. I'm tired of beating on my body.
Yeah.
I don't want to run my body through the ground trying to make it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was like, so I kind of switched to basketball. And then once I got to basketball, I was already good at just some things I probably needed to fine tune to be really college ready.
Word.
Like I say, I just was already into a business mindset with it.
Early on.
Like from the jump, I remember just leaving class. Once I started leaving class, they're this coach here to visit, this coach here to visit. It was kind of like my mind was gone. It was like I just was thinking like, can't tell me nothing type of thing. Okay. And I remember I was at CCBC.
Some one of the commercials I see on BT.
Yeah, it is. You know, see one of them. And so I was playing there in Essex, and then they did something real messed up where I tore my meniscus. And the second half they took away my financial package, so I owed them, so I had to go.
That's when you really got it's a business.
Yeah, I was like, it's a business. And so it was crazy. So I switched to CCBC. Yeah. Catonsville now. Because I don't care now. I'm not going back to the school. Yeah. So I went, but I gotta stay in the network basically because I owe. And I went there, and this was like, dang, my mind was already gone. I ended up committing to Winston-Salem. Okay. And
that's enough on it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And then I put in a redshirt year. I put in a medical redshirt year. Yeah. I was completely healthy, and I just didn't want to play for it. I just didn't want to play. Facts. Yeah. Like I was like, I don't want to give my all again here, playing here, get hurt. I can't go to now Winston.
Facts. Yeah.
Go to Winston. And end up breaking my ankle.
He's breaking everything out here, huh?
Yeah, so
his ankle.
So it was like, it was just like I came back and I was like, man, I'm done with this.
Yeah, let me find a different avenue.
Yeah,
so it's not for me no more.
Yeah, I'm sitting behind a desk now.
That's for marijuana. Let's go.
Let's give this a try.
Okay. But that is also what kind of
how do you get into the business then? Like,
so
you did research.
It kind of worked that way where it was like. I seen so many of my boys and all them start to like really get into that pill wave where it was like people starting to be like, oh, instead of just getting high or getting drunk even, it was like I pop pill, I'm on perks, and it was it became a more fashion, like almost a more fad that
generation, 100%.
You know what I mean? And so I was like, when I came back and I was like, I say dealing with all these injuries, I was just like stop on like. I can't let that become how I deal with these injuries. Gotcha. Like it cannot be, they giving me these Percocets. Like even when like I say when I talked was tan things. Like I don't want to be on Percocets. I don't want to be even on Tylenol 3.
To get like addicted to it. That was
it was like I wanted to fight it because I watched so many of my I watched one of my teammates back in college at UD. Okay. I watched him he had it was like one of the most severe injuries. But he really got strung out on pills. Oh, wow. To the point he strung himself out of college.
Oh, wow.
And he was like almost finished. He was a junior.
Yeah.
So it was like, I was like, I don't want to do the pills.
I get that. And you know, opiate epidemic doesn't help too as far as like you see all what's going on. Like, it makes people hesitant to take pills and stuff.
And it was like, and this is 2012, 2013. So it was like right before it was coming. Yeah. And I was like, nah. I was like, nah, I'm gonna stay stout, and it's crazy. Wiz Khalifa came out with a song that year. I don't know if y'all remember. Married 3 times. And then
I've heard it before. One of
his. And he used to just go, all I need is Mary, Mary, Mary. I ain't fucking with no other drugs. And I just used to butt that like, nah, that's it.
That's what inspired you. Got the light on your head. So like, how did you actually like get started into the business? Like
into the business.
All
right, so what kind of I love that I can just talk here. Yeah, that's why I said, see, I can talk here. Like when I'm on a Hulu call, I'm talking to Hulu. I'm like, I got curve it where I was like, you know, me and my friend, we had an idea. But it was more so like me just being from the city. Yeah. I always was kind of the weed man. Okay. I didn't even really start smoking until college, like until I was 19. Gotcha. I had smoked before, but I was like, I didn't become a smoker.
I was in high school. That's when I started. Yeah.
It's like in high school, I was like I smoked for occasions like the end of training camp or the end of this year and stuff like that. It had to be a real reason. I was a real social smoker. Yeah. But I always had weed, so I was always the weed man. Yeah, yeah. And then when I got into the business, it was about 3 years. I want to say it was about 3 years ago where it started. 2018, 2017, maybe. It was one of those. 18. Matter of fact, it was 18. Okay. It was when it first started to catch a little smoke. And it was because, like I said, I was the weed man. Yeah. But I wanted, be here.
Yeah, you're not about the rest of your life being a weed man.
Yeah, like I wanted to start trying, and I was starting to try.
Yeah, that's me. You ever seen yo, Haha Davis on Instagram is hilarious. He does that. That's him.
He is definitely the GOAT. But yeah, so. Yeah. It went like, it kind of was like, dang, like I remember losing, like just counting down the people that was hitting me while I was away in Kentucky. Okay. I was traveling on, like doing something more positive, you know, traveling in the sense of sports. Like every summer I'm on the road with sports. Like whether I'm at a camp, like I do Coach Wooten's basketball camp, or I do Baller TV, which is one of the largest.
I know Baller TV.
I'm actually one of the event managers that get to travel.
Oh, that's lit.
I travel to Peach Jam. Yeah. When they do, like I physically gotta go when Kyan Anthony is in the tournament. Yeah. When what's his name? He about to graduate now. What is his name? Zaire.
Oh, okay.
Zaire Wade.
Zaire Wade, yeah.
Like he actually, our biggest I want to say endorser is Dwayne Wade. Like if you go on there on the first century, on the Bar TV, it's him. Okay. So like I got events where he at, and we just like we had to be like kind of like fake security almost, like make sure people not like storming at him like, oh my god, it's Dwayne Wade and stuff like that. So and all of a sudden I'm doing that. So it was like. I ain't had time, and you know, people get high to something. Like, people get high to something. They want their weed, and and so I was like, how can I do it where I'm putting it into a position that I'm doing it the right way, especially with all these legalities basically opening up for it to go where it's like you can do this in a legal way. You don't have to keep doing it the kind of sneaky way. Yeah. And
so who put you on then? From there, like who put you on? Or did you like put yourself on? Like to start your own kind of thing.
I want to say, so I worked with Amazon as like I worked from delivery driver. Well, I literally started in the warehouse when I first opened the warehouse, but I went from delivery driver to lead driver to dispatch to assistant operations manager at the company that I'm at now. Okay. So in that travels, I met one of my closest friends.
Bezos?
I wish.
He hooked you up?
I'm on his ass. I'm on his ass because
because ex-wife, she giving out money for everybody.
Hey, yo, I'm about to because I'm on his ass.
Shout out to Mackenzie.
Bro, she is giving out that bank. I need to holler at her.
Yeah.
Cool, but I'm on his ass though. I'm on his ass. But so I met a friend, my partner. And he was real, like one of the people that really can find every loophole, literally.
Okay.
Like,
you need people in your life.
Like, sure. Literally. Yeah. Bro, so if we do it like this and then structure it and word it like this. Like, he was my call before I came here. He was like, bro, is there anything I need to say, not say what I make sure I say type thing. And like, so he kind of was finding a little thing, and then he introduced me to Initiative 71.
Initiative 71. Is that like a thing you have to vote on for then? Or is it like
that's what the voters of Washington did. The voters of Washington D.C. did. Okay. So what Initiative 71 is, it allows me to gift you up to an ounce of marijuana.
Gotcha.
Like any adult 21 and over can gift another adult 21 and over.
Okay. Does it be at a dispensary or it could be like just regular?
It can be a regular store.
Oh, okay.
So that's how kind of the market is. They are trying to, of course, every time, Black people find a way.
1,000%.
Every time black people find a way to they try to close it. So they're trying to close it by creating a treaty called the Fair Price Act.
Fair Price Act.
So the Fair Price Act is going to eliminate the current system and make it harder on the gift shops to do what they've done to now get themselves into the business.
So are they trying to claim that people that are not in the actual industry or the dispensaries are charging a higher price? And that's kind of what they're going at. So like, okay, you want to charge the lowest price at the dispensary as a fair price? Or like, what does that mean?
So what it is like the system is basically you buy something physically. Like I have to, whether it be T-shirt, whether it be anything. It can be literally physically anything. Like you can sell a TV stand. I'm selling you the TV stand, and I'm adding the price for the cannabis on it, but you're gifted the cannabis. You're not paying. I'm not paying you for the cannabis. You're paying me for whatever gift, whatever actual item I give.
That's the loophole. Okay.
And so the Fair Price Act is what it does is it then it tells the person basically like, oh well, you can't sell those Starbursts for whatever at that rate. Or what you can sell to actually sell things for.
Okay.
I ain't gonna get dive too deep into what we but what we are gonna do to eliminate that, where it's like you're not gonna be able to stop my business.
It's actually on plan.
Is our store is we're gonna do more boutique style.
Okay.
So that's what ours more is. You can't tell me what to sell.
You won't keep doing that.
Can't put a cap on.
Don't tell nobody, listeners.
You know, but I really want people to help, and that's what our business really drives off. So it's like it ain't no real thing where it's like I'm trying to keep this secret because I want even if you got like the Zowers that's homegrown in the city for real. Rest in peace to Cookie, but we want to bring those brands. Our store, I want to bring those brands and like use our sneaker connections and sneaker stuff so we can get sneakers in. It's like who ain't gonna pay? All right, I'll pay $200 for them J's that they come with. I get a nice little Vic or something with it. Give me those J's. Give me two.
I like that.
And also what we've also done, and this is what we've been working on with Leafly. Is the subscription plan, which allow us to, you get a subscriber and allow people to kind of cut those prices in. Like I actually used it. I've used the plan kind of myself, and it allows you to kind of proportion it out, so you're not going crazy and then it's like you lost that. Because if you lose sight of what you're spending on it, you will. And it's like that's what we're trying to help with. So it's not some more, we just want to drive it down. Something like this. Keep buying. Really educating. Even educating people on the sense of what sativa and what hybrid, what indica really means. And what it really does. What is it? What does what to what? Sativas is like, because some people, I've always been around people that sometimes they be smoking a sativa. And it just sound good because it was I'm just going to say a random sativa ice cream cake. This sounds good. This got to be banger. This going to put me out. No.
So what's the difference between sativa and indica? Because honestly, I always look this up and I always find out what it is, but I always forget all the time. I never have it ingrained in my head.
So sativas is a head high. So it hyphens your senses by like, it gets you. It's upper. It's more like an upper.
Gotcha.
It's more so to get you, like, that's something that you would smoke in the morning and get you.
Get you in the day, get you productive.
Okay.
So then,
and then indica is more body. It's more for recovery. It's more for recovery. Or I just had a. Sometimes it's night. It may not even always. It could sometimes be just. It's all literally in how the terpenes work, which is even more conversation, which is deeper. But like even sometimes indicas could be. I just had an intense morning run. I need the indica to recover my body. Now my body can be ready and at a readiness for the day and to get ready for the day.
Oh, so that more like what athletes use kind of that kind of stuff.
And because it would be more of an athlete thing, like
people that train the regular people too.
But that's what I'm about to say. But at the same portion, it can also it also could be good for them in pre, like people that like to sometimes like, oh, I need to smoke before I go. It could be good for sativas could be good for them in the morning or before. Like if they want to do like, oh, let me get my senses ready, get my senses hyped in, get me together and get a good workout in.
Yeah.
So it's all kind of how you use them. So
interesting. So that's a little bit about the business. So like, so you started in 2018. Now you and your friend went in together, and that's how that
we four deep actually.
Oh, you 4 deep. So that's how Hood Goods came together. Like you started this LLC together. Like what was the business side of that? Like the red tapes, like the contracts. Oh, y'all used to like, okay, handshake with good money.
Nah.
Right, yeah.
Nah, I've been an entrepreneur for
too long to do that bullshit.
Yeah, too long, way too long. I don't even do that in no retrospect. But it kind of came where at my house, I had like I want to say just like all the greats I studied, whether it be the Bill Gates, the Warrens, we had an interest meeting. I had an interest meeting like, hey, come on over. I'm a cook. I'm gonna make some food.
Chop it up and
we're gonna talk about what the vision is, where we gonna go, who gonna do what, and how we can do this and make this happen.
Okay, gotcha.
But that's how I kind of started, and then. It's crazy. My brother was a part of my little brother, my younger brother. He probably was way too young to be there, but he was a part of it at first, and then I realized I was like, nah, not yet. It was like a not yet thing, and so we end up, like I say, my partner he brought his friend and close friend who really was in that DC. He had the DC like area like.
Okay.
The DC market was
DC
like,
on lock?
Yeah, basically, like, honestly. And then it was like, I brought my brother, who I knew financially could make things happen. And like even in having great credit, like the whole 9 yards of just financially set. And really, if we got $100,000, I want it in his hand. I tell him, man, don't put it in my hand. I might go to the gamble table, not the physical gamble
you have to have
table.
people that he's good with finances here. He's good with this, or she's good with that. Whatever. And you have play your own role.
And that's kind of what it was. It was like as because we have to be in DC to do what we do. We needed him as far as just making the operation go. Cutting costs, making sure I'm not just spending money just because I see something I like for real. Like, all the way you simplify was my partner. Then it was, like I say, my brother who had kind of the finance like prowess. Like I can give you $100,000 and I know that you're gonna question it before I make a crazy decision, because I'll be like, all right, we might put it into this and make it happen, make it more. That's when I go to the gambling table. I don't gamble in the physical sense of going to the table and gambling, but my gamble is, I can make this stretch.
Flipping, making money.
I'm the flipper. So and I also had the leadership, and that's how we kind of that's how the kind of roles kind of all kind of clashed.
But you're head honcho CEO.
Yeah.
Alright, bet. So let's talk about your company. I know it's called Hood Goods. Let's start with the name first, how that came about, and then kind of your role, and then how long you've been in business, the business model, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, let's go into it.
So I did come up with Hood Goods, for real. I did.
It's one day you sitting down like, yo, we're getting that from a dispensary service. And you say Hood Goods, is that what we came up with? I like it though.
It was like, in the beginning, it was more so like, we was going to just do like a bunch of package deals and stuff like that. So it was like, goods the hood need, for real. So, because it was like, we started, it was like, you buy a half a baby with me, for real. It's $45, depending on what.
Half a baby, you said?
Yeah, half a baby.
A baby? A whole baby, like a baby?
The third.
Yo, but half a baby.
for my DC listeners, a Katie, for real. For my DC listeners, I know y'all say Katie out there, for real. But yeah, so you get that. It came with a 5-pack.
Okay.
So it came with a 5-pack of backwoods, for real. So it was kind of slick for real.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, it was like,
I see why it's hood good.
And you could order chips, snacks. We had chips and snacks. We was
you had the wrap snacks?
We was cooking.
Yeah,
we did though. We had
you had the wrap snacks.
Yeah.
You did.
We was cooking burgers on the grill. Like, we was popping on.
But in all seriousness, I think I like when you gave me the explanation of when we talking on the phone. You said that the reason is because like you want people to feel like, yeah, I have access to this. Like it's hood goods. Like we're part of it. It's nothing that's out of our reach or it's like a crazy name. And it's like, oh, I don't know, like, you know, hood goods. Like, oh, I can relate to that.
Avora. Like, what is that? I didn't know what that is. But
y'all professional too, so it makes it, you know, better.
It was that was mainly like how we kind of wanted to just showcase it, and then it was like it just kind of stuck. Yeah. And it was like people you gonna remember that name. Like you're not gonna hear hood goods and be like, what? I never heard about that. And then hear it again and be like, I never heard that before. Yeah. You wanna remember that like hood goods. Hold on, that's and then it was like, so and then we kind of did a cheat code too. I did a lot of infantry. I want to say for like a lot of infantry where I infiltrated other businesses. Okay. I'm already infiltrating.
So like get business. I mean that's part of business. Yeah. Like get customers and stuff. Oh.
Not in more so the sense of really physically being in their business to see how their business model goes. To research. Research. Like, and I always say my biggest research was always the company I literally then gave the last 5 years to, Amazon.
Logistic wise, how they
work logistically,
and 1000%.
And so it was more so seeing what they do and realizing, and then being a part of DoorDash, and then seeing how Postmates and how they all work, I saw that where's the disconnect and what are these companies giving that's missing for the smaller companies? Okay, they helping these companies grow. They're not helping them build. They're not helping them start, and so that's how I kind of was like.
Is that kind of like the difference in your building? Because most people could like deliver like marijuana or whatever, like different places. Like everybody can start. So like, what makes you guys stand out? Is that what the distinction?
It was guys, the distinction for us was that we are literally going to start from the ground with you. Sure. So it was a thing where even in a sense, we helping take people off of the corners and having to illegally do this. Where, hey, you bring your menu to us. Well, I'm not gonna get into how you got it. Sure. I ain't getting into that part. But if it's coming through us, we'll make sure it's protected. Okay. Ain't no cop pulling over nobody that got a bag that say hood goods on it and just searching him without no reason. What I want. Yeah. That's why I don't know driver. I don't care what you do in your spare time from the time you clock in to my clock. The time you done, ain't no smoking in no car. Ain't no smoking in no car because you don't. You can't give him the reason to search my property or my bag. And so that was more so what it was is I'm physically trying to take people off of the streets. Yeah. Because it's a bunch of companies and it's crazy. I mean no disrespect to nobody or no bigger company. Me and my boy, we got into an argument for real. Like last week, we was talking about planning because we got the big 420 event coming up.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later on too.
Yeah, and we got to the conversation about somebody else, and I was saying I don't want to hear about them because I'm physically in it. Like I'm physically like in it right when it comes to the people on the ground. People saying I'm about to spend, I'm gonna throw $30 million. Like, nah, that's not the people I'm trying to hear. I'm trying to hear the people that's in the foots and like, look, the people that's like me that's handing out business cards like at corner stores that somebody walk past and tell me they got diesel out. Like I'm physically in here like, hey bro, give me this. Wrong work. We gonna bring your menu through me, and now you ain't gotta sit out here. You can just get it delivered from wherever you sitting at. Interesting. So it was like that was like that's how I'm gonna literally help change. I'm still gonna help these mom and pop shops and help them build, or the girl that's selling dinners, or the lady who got that just want to do donuts or do little edibles just to make it through. Especially during the pandemic, we
1,000%.
We literally delivered 250 cases of black-owned toilet paper.
Oh wow!
Like we took it was a thing where I took my own money, rented a truck, and said we just gonna deliver. We was literally going from everywhere to Penn North, everywhere to DC, delivering toilet paper at the midst of the pandemic.
Wow, that's legit, man.
So like, it was more so.
Y'all really about that, like y'all entrenched, like y'all
yeah, like
playing
it was
games,
like
talking
nah,
that talk,
like
walking the walk too.
And it's and I'll be honest with you, it's been times where I guess we're gonna get to that later.
Yeah.
About like it's been times where I felt like dang, I wasn't getting the support from the community I'm trying to help. And it's been times where I've had white men like really be like, if you change your approach in this, I'll give you the money you're looking for. Like I mean like
it's tempting.
It's real tempting. Tempting. Yeah. But I don't want to change. I'm literally going to be changing the entire fabric of what I'm already doing to make it appeal to who I ain't ready there yet.
Yeah.
It's always going to be tough. It's always going to be different.
Exactly. Yeah. But you're making it happen organically, naturally. You're not trying to force anything. Like, if it feels right to you, like, always trust your gut. That's one thing I always give advice to anybody. Like, no matter what, you know what you want to do, like, truly in your heart of hearts. Like, always trust your gut with everything. Because,
like, I done had white men tell me, you gonna wait on black people and they never gonna come. I done sat and heard that in my own face, like where like they just said, bro, they ain't coming. Yeah. You gonna wait and your business gonna fail. Yeah. It ain't gonna never go nowhere because of that. And like that's the type of stuff that's like, whoo, it's hard. Yeah, it's hard. It's rough. It's real.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because I was gonna ask you too about like what the challenges that you came across, like starting this business and even in the business right now, like what are the challenges? I know you have like, you have your drivers, like operational wise, you have your other business partners. Like tell me more about like the challenges to grow and that kind of stuff, like if you've gone through that. Yeah.
How much time we got?
We got time. We got time today.
One of the biggest challenges that I want to say is when we spoke about those numbers earlier. Yeah. And even the 68%. A lot of the gatekeepers is that 32. Like that like the people that could be like, all right, let me, you know what, I'm passing this down to you for real. Like, y'all take the ball and do what you want to do with it. Like, to the point where it's hard. And it ain't just white people. There's a lot of black gatekeepers at the top that ain't trusting it either.
Oh, 100%.
And it's like, even if they do trust it, they stuck in their ways that they want you to do it their way, or they ain't gonna trust it. And it's like me, I'm
a young black man. They're not gonna like give you all that leeway. Like it's like, come on, you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing,
bro. Like, and it's wild because it's like looking at me and creating me in that space. Like I sit in a whole different space than I feel like most of the people my age, and it's like in that space. I got white people that trust me more than my own people. Sure. Like the gatekeepers, and I ain't even just speaking on me personally. I feel like in multitude of a lot of the businesses that could be big, that black people could be holding, the gatekeepers are stuck in their ways. Like I had, and even when they stuck in their ways, they do more criticism and outright like banish of black businesses. I ran into one I felt was just like disnecessary. Like one of the biggest challenges was, and it was one time where I really was like, bro, I'm gonna walk away and just like literally we can take our whole business model and create around, I want to say, the influential white people. Yeah. And it was, I was delivering for this one company. I ain't gonna bash them because I love the spot for real. But we had a contract with them, and we did 2 runs, I think. 2 runs for them. A delivery for them. Okay. And then we didn't hear from them, right? And then the connection that kind of made that connection first, gives me a call. We had a conversation. It was because my driver showed up with green hair. Oh. And it was that thing where it was like, would you have done that if it was a Postmates driver?
Exactly.
Would you have done that?
Was the driver black too?
Yeah, it was black.
Oh, yeah, of course. It was a white driver. I don't say no words about it. It was a white driver with green hair.
And it's like, I physically, you're telling me now to change my business, and I physically
change the look. They want to look a certain way and come off a certain way. Like, no, in our natural way.
It's black. This is not white. This is black.
Wow. Yeah.
This is black people that did this. Like, it's like white. And I'm white in it.
We gotta support each other, black community.
You know what I mean? Like, and it's like you're telling me to tell a 21-year-old who just turned 21.
Oh yeah, it's a kid. Yeah.
Come on, and change his entire how he expressed himself.
Yeah, and it is different. Like I think the laws and stuff coming in the corporate workspace as far as like you can't discriminate if somebody comes in with braids in their hair or that kind of stuff. So like, I mean, even in the weed, that's be the last place you have discrimination about your hair color. But like, let's see it. Yeah, let's.
What about the wrong thing?
Yeah, exactly. So I want to before I go to more questions for you, Space Jam, I want to talk about more about hood goods and business in general. I'm gonna give you more information about it that you sent to me actually, which I think is really important to mention. So let me just go over a description about Hood Goods, Aaron's company, or AKA Space Jam. So Hood Goods is a third-party logistical trademark and LLC that manufactures, distributes, and delivers high-quality, low-cost goods, foods, gifts, etc. to local communities, neighborhoods, businesses, and more, etc. In addition to aforementioned services, Hood Goods also helps startups, struggling and expanding businesses, brands, concepts, etc. to manage their growth, expansion, and to scale up, right? Okay, so Hood Goods Network, you have a network? Like podcasts and stuff? Oh, interesting. Yeah. Is it Hood Goods Podcast?
No, so I was working on, the first podcast I worked on is Up in Space.
Okay.
It's me and one of my friends, where we got some stuff. We dropping this thing like.
Oh, nice. I look forward to that. Yeah. I'll put the name of it when I put this episode up.
I got you.
Okay, what's up?
We got some other things. I got another one coming out, approaching 30.
Okay.
Because I'll be,
come on.
30.
Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club.
And then I got one last show that I'll be on. Then it's like a bunch of I don't even want to get into it. There's a ton of
bunch of stuff coming up.
But I got one that's I think I really would like a lot of people to get it. It's called Shop with Space Roll. So I'm gonna take local artists, and just shop with me because I shop cheap.
Okay, Shop in Space is what it's called.
Shop with Space, yeah. Shop with Space.
Interesting. Okay, Shop in Space. I look forward to that. We'll talk more about that too. Yeah. Off camera for sure. Off mic, I mean. So Hood Goods Network broadcasts podcasts, films, events, etc. to bring attention to local and small businesses and brands. Hood Goods is based in Washington, D.C. with a sub-headquarters to launch in Baltimore, Maryland. When are you going to launch that? You already launched that in Baltimore?
Nah, so we was going to launch it last year. Corona.
Pandemic happened.
Yeah.
The Ronies.
Yeah, so.
Ronies said, nah, B.
So we will be doing it. We will be launching it in June.
Oh, nice, man. I look forward to that. I'll be at the launch, man. We'll talk about that for sure. Yeah, I'll be there.
For the tour. Once the tour starts,
yeah.
We had 2 sub-headquarters, so yeah.
Oh, nice. What's up, man? Congratulations, bro.
Thank you.
So Hood Goods did a test launch in March of 2019 with gross sales eclipsing $10,000 between March to May 2019, with projections exceeding $100K by the end of the first full year. Wow, congrats to that. Hood Goods is partnered with multiple operating companies to increase the amounts of services, goods, cuisines, etc. And also they're about to provide their employees, executives, vendors, and clients. So they're able to provide for those people. Hood Goods' second test launch took place between October 14, 2019 and will run until December 29, 2019. So what was that test launch, the second test launch?
So the second test launch is when we officially started working with the vendors as we actually sold for the vendors. Okay. Our initial first one was we sold our own products. Like that 10,000 came from us just selling our own products. Okay. Then we was piloting in the second test launch. We was piloting out actually delivering for other people.
Okay, gotcha.
And that was that was actually the beginning of this can be a successful run.
Oh, nice. Yeah, when you make that, you have the actual, the money in front of you there. So, okay, we actually make this to a business now. Not a concept anymore. It's actually there's proof now, proof in the pudding. So Hood Goods, you had the full launch in June 22nd, 2020. That's your plan?
No, that 2021. Yeah, it'd be
2021. I mean, yeah. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so June 2021. Obviously, everything got pushed back because of the pandemic.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
We couldn't get seeds. We couldn't get nothing that we needed quickly. And it was kind of just like, dang, it just happened because it happened in March.
No, of course,
March is growing season again, so it's like.
Oh, is that what it is? Growing season is March.
Yes.
Like outside or indoors?
Outside and indoors.
Oh, in general. Okay, interesting. Yeah. Okay, they want to get ready for the summertime, so they're growing in March.
Yeah, because it's pretty much too. The best of the best is of course Croptober.
Croptober.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you call March? March got a nice name? Got Croptober, nothing for March?
Damn. Most of
Marijuana
it is,
March, nah?
That would be nice though.
Marijuana March.
That would be nice though. but most of it is kind of, you get a little balance because you do get the sunlight.
Yeah.
But you do a lot of covering it up and doing probably hydroponics.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Interesting. So I want to go over your mission statement. Your mission statement is to deliver high quality, low cost goods, medicines, food, etc. to local small neighborhoods, communities to increase the sale opportunities for small local businesses. So you really start with the local. You want to be entrenched in your community a lot, which I really respect about you guys. So that's really good. And your vision statement is to become the industry's leader in connecting local vendors, stores, brands, businesses, etc. with the resources needed to expand their market reach while equipping with complete medical, nutritional, instructional facts about the goods, services, foods you provide. So you're also giving them services, but also provide education too as well.
Yeah,
with the service.
Education, I want to say is really our biggest goal as far as what we physically do for real. Mm-hmm. It's like we created delivery because what's the most important thing about business? Delivering it to the customers.
Yeah, it's their products.
It's literally about getting it to the customers. Yeah. And we wanted to fight fulfillment. Fulfillment is too much. You're spending $13 on local shipping because it gotta touch 7,000 hands before it gets in for it. Yeah. So it's like we trying to eliminate that. It makes no sense.
For sure. 1,000%. All right. So I want to give the listeners a little view of your actual business and everything like that, what you guys actually do. So I know you mentioned you partner with different local communities, stores and that kind of stuff. So tell me more about the partnership with other med dispensaries in local as well too, med dispensaries and local stores. So
as well. Currently we have been working with, because we want to be in that recreational space. Our financial missions are to basically use the amount of sales opportunity in recreational marijuana to then lower the prices in medical marijuana, and then we can create an insurance infrastructure behind it. Because although you can get, like you say, you can get recommended for marijuana, you physically can't get prescribed for it, so you can't get, the insurances don't pay for it. Sure, so you got people that really need it. Yeah, they can't just pay for marijuana because the doctors say they can get it. Yeah, and that still becomes an issue that they not able to get it.
That is, when I think about that, because if you have the medical marijuana card, you still got to pay for it.
That's why we
not be able to afford it.
That's what I'm saying, and that's what we're trying to do is, and that was part of I was like you explained to you earlier about the subscription. Yeah, the subscription is to build through all the recreational. So now you pumping in this money recreational to smoke recreational, so that we can then get it to people that need it. So we can build more treatment centers. We can open up more assisted living homes that allow it in Jersey. Yeah, and that's we also get to a part about the tour, and that's how we connect in with the medical dispensaries and the recreational dispensaries.
Yeah, we'll talk about the tour, what that entails too at the end of this for sure. So that's your partnership. So you're growing your business. And you're partnering with different dispensaries right now.
So our thing is we go through all the legal. Just our now application is through the MMC, which is the Maryland Medical Cannabis Commission. Okay. What that allows is they are the people who can approve you to be a secure transportation company. Oh, gotcha. And so they are the only people that you can go through that you can deliver. Okay, gotcha. And
to be certified to be able to deliver those goods. Okay.
Hey, I don't want no smoke.
Fact. Oh no, we love y'all.
Smoke, but the issue kind of now is the only secure transportation companies are all dispensaries. Yeah. So if I'm a dispensary and the market, like I told you, is only 22,000, I'm not really too pressed on getting you more business. Right. Okay. I'm only gonna deliver what I got, and now customers still waiting 24 hours. Who waits 24 hours for weed? Who wants to wait 24 hours for weed? Yeah. Get it. Yeah. And it's even easier, and that was part of how we created the system where now you text our number, every vendor within your area you got their menu, whatever they got, we can deliver it to you.
Gotcha. Okay.
And that's how we go. So
like the Uber Eats for marijuana.
Yeah, it really is. That's what we're trying to
get. Yeah, I like that. So you're in this business for like 2 or 3 years now. So like, what do you think are like the pros? What do you like about it, and what don't you like about it? Like, what are the pros and cons? Like personally.
Pros. Ooh. Pros is I want to say growing. They're like definitely
okay.
Like I ain't never had a green thumb. Like I ain't never been that type of person. I've kind of always been business minded. Like my father tried to raise me like that.
Sure. Yeah.
So like seeing certain stuff like that, like that's I want to say that those are my pros. Like with my partner, like he the hands on. Like he basically know how to do everything. Like he could build a wall.
You need that in your life, man, for sure.
Right. Tell me about it. Like I didn't see him put some type of conjunctions together like that. It's been crazy. Pros. I want to say when I was predominantly living in my DC home, it was one of the most beautiful things to wake up to every morning and slide down the tent right next to my bed and like just look at the beautiful flowers and look at that. I want to say really seeing people grow, like really seeing businesses grow. Yeah. Like we got one girl, Antonelle, I'm really watching her grow to the point that she literally may be next. Like when we start opening up, we opened up a $10 million fund we raising a $10 million fund to start to build the businesses. Yeah. And really be like, hey, we can get them in this property. We got money to put them in this property. Yeah. And then this is what we feel like it's going to work. This is the chances we can take. Yeah. And so...
And you build that connection, that networking connection too. Like once these other businesses start taking off and stuff, like who are they going to call for the business? Yeah. You. And you're going to grow in that aspect too as well. So you're all going to grow together. So that's why it's really important to like start with them from like a ground level. Yeah. What you're doing. That's
the funnest part. Yeah. And I like seeing people just like... I come from like the part of where I grew... I know where it come from, where it's like... Everybody around me at one point was like, weed. Gateway.
Everybody's favorite word, gateway drug.
Gateway.
You know, it's not.
I've been smoking since 2010. 11 years later, I'm
in business with my stuff. It's good money. I ain't touched a crack pipe yet.
The only thing that's what I'm saying. I ain't even thought about it. Like, I barely even smoked the glass bones with weed.
It's too close.
It's
close for comfort. No. It's like Pookie in fucking New Jack City.
Oh, wow.
I don't even what it is. I'm like, that's too much like the wrong thing. I want.
Yeah. I mean, want to paper up or let me pen or something, but like,
I don't know. And that's a funny thing because I don't know. I've been switching back and forth. Like one day I wake up, I feel like I want to smoke a raw paper. The next day I feel like probably because Lil Wayne came out with that line where he was like, every now and then I might smoke the J. I might hit the J like Kyrie for real. He said something like that. Yeah. But I've been switching up.
I gotta feel like college days are hood. So from time to time to feel it. But I do the easier way, like a pen or whatever. It's not like, okay. Like pen or whatever.
Like, but that's what I'm saying. I don't feel like that's, like, I want to get into the pen world. Like, we sell pens. Like, a bunch of vendors have pens.
It's just super easy and convenient, to be honest. It's just, you can those pens. You can
I understand that, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, to me personally now, it's like, I don't feel as classic as...
Yeah, I get that for sure. I have to get used to that. Yeah. It's like a little when we hit the lighter, and you just gotta feel it feels right.
like me personally, I can't drive. I can't go nowhere without. I can't go from like. That's why I text you at 10:17 because I had to be like. I was like, yo, I'm probably gonna be there like exactly 11. Yeah. So like, I gotta sit and roll my J. I don't want to not count for roll J time before I come out here. And then the J guy, I kind of time it out. I'm like, all right, if it's my J gonna take about 20 minutes to get. So I gotta wait 6 minutes on a ride to get into the music flow. Know my music going.
Facts. Yeah, exactly. And we come back and you're ready to go.
Yeah,
I like it. You told me I would have smoked that too. It's all good. I didn't know.
I thought about it. You know what's crazy? I thought about it. I was like, no, it's professional. Professional swag all day, man. Like, I ain't gonna do that.
We keep it real honest here. Like,
hey,
they know professional word.
We've been in business for 3 years. We ain't never started meeting without Jay's rule. Never. I have never been in a meeting in Hooker's history without smoking a J. Hey, and because of the pandemic, I technically ain't never been on a Hulu conference call. But we gonna leave that. I ain't never been on a Hulu, and I ain't never dispatched an Amazon sober. Never dispatched an Amazon sober ever.
Yo, Jeff is listening. He gonna learn.
Hey, Jeff. I work for Jeff. Technically, that's why I like the DSP program, because technically I don't work for Jeff.
Yeah.
I work for my company, but Jeff do kick that invoice out. Jeff kicked that invoice out. So yeah.
So I know you mentioned the pandemic earlier, like how kind of like, you know, put your plans on a little delay, I guess. Like me too, for me, like 2019 when I started the podcast, I got to perform at Baltimore Podcast Festival live and stuff, and I had plans for 2020. Okay. But then 2020 happened. Oh my gosh, like it's like virtual and messed up everything, pushed it back a little bit. Now this year I'm trying to pick it up this year as far as monetizing the podcast. So kind of explain how that kind of took a negative effect for you guys, whatever it was. Yeah.
So after we got into the like I said, the second test launch. Right? Yeah. Part of the second test launch was about we were getting into like creating a music, an entertainment brand behind something that of course that could run along with kind of Hood Goods Network, and where we could kind of issue the talent and where the talent kind of was being used at. And so we did the second test launch as a way for Hood Goods now to kind of start the beginning of its role of moving remotely. Okay. Whereas like we're making delivery money consistently. Our drivers on the road, they consistently doing this, and then we're constantly making money. Now we can focus on being music execs and being entertainment execs. And that was like one of the first big hits. Because also, like you said, we're gonna get into later, we were using it as a connection of both. Okay. Music and cannabis almost are alongside.
Music goes with everything first. Like, music is just like that's like my song in my life. Could change my mood in 2 seconds. Music.
And so we were kind of issuing it in as one for real. Where we could do something where we could use events, but why people from out of state come into our event. Okay. Oh, because we bring musical guests from different states with us. So
what's the thing called? Broccoli City Festival?
Broccoli City. Broccoli City. Like,
I like that.
Like last shit, like even, that was one of the biggest hits, is that we not only had a table, we had a vendor table, but we were sponsored on the Rolling Loud tour.
Rolling Loud.
Rolling Loud got shut down everywhere, and then they sent us like 3 weeks before, like, but we haven't Rolling Loud in Brazil. Like, how much money do you think we got?
I got Brazil money to go to Brazil. Like, just business.
Like, I could just take over and come on team. I got the money to fly us all out to Brazil for a week to do. Yeah. We got first, and then at that point it was like you gotta have 6 tests done before, it was crazy. You got like 6 tests done before you go, and you gotta take a test as you get going. Like, it was like, it was crazy at that point. So it was like that was one of the big. I think that was one of the biggest. And then it also hurt in how they shut down a lot of stuff for real. It was even harder to kind of get in there. Like, absolutely. So we had a canvassing tour where we was already partnered and kind of conversating with the MMCC that was allowing us to try to run a patient tour where we can get out and get into these communities. So we was going to do a community event at like 8 different areas within Baltimore City, trying to get people signed up and get people prescribed. All the providers kind of backed out on us, which was like, I was like, guys, in the middle of a pandemic that we don't even know what's going to happen. I'm not mad at you,
so it's a lot of setbacks. Like most people had a lot of setbacks, but now you're getting back to it, like back on a track now for like the plans that you have and stuff. And
one of our biggest plans is like I say, increasing that 22,000 number. That's always been our biggest plan because it financially
directly affects business.
And I say it makes sense for us as well. what value do we add as we come just a delivery. Because if I'm a dispensary, I can automatically apply for the same one that you got. But what value do you add? Or I'm gonna be making sure I get more patients coming through so that they can sign up for the subscription plan, and so that they can be getting that cannabis from you. Yeah. And then it gives them a credit every time somebody gets a cannabis from that actual dispensary.
Gotcha. So. And off of that, the dispensaries now, like, what is your opinion on like the growth of the industry in like the DMV area? Like, I know here when I first when I talked about that podcast I did 2 years ago about medical dispensaries, whatever, and I was just noticing like on is that Eastern Avenue? Not Eastern Avenue. I think it's Eastern Avenue. There was like 3 dispensaries in that same one like street right there, like 5 feet from each other, like very close to each other, whatever. So it's like, how is the business growing in general that you see being entrenched in it?
You have companies. Shout out to Uplift. Uplift is a big company that's real big on trying to diversify the market and just diversify the like. I'm trying to get closer with them.
Uplift. That's what it's called.
It's called Uplift. They actually are big in diversifying the market, diversifying the industry. Who else I want to say? There's a lot of people out here diversifying the market. Yeah. I definitely want to say that. And it's going to be, the one thing I can say is, in a market where it's so slim and steep, it's not too many people handing out hands. Yeah. It's a lot of close off. And I think it's...
Everybody's trying to be it for themselves and not grow. It's like, it's just started out, so it's like, you're trying to grow your connections in your industry, your like stake in the industry before you help somebody else out, which I guess makes sense unless you look a big company or staple in the industry right now. You want to help somebody that's coming up, sure. But if you're just starting out, like, it's understandable where you're trying to grow your business first with your helping hand. I get that, but that can also be a way to be a partner too and build connections.
It's definitely necessary. Like, people don't look at it. Look at like you go buy Fendi or like Louis, all that. They under one good they all under, or buy Hennessy, and all that. Like, they all under one luxury goods.
Brandon. People know that a lot of these different like subsidiaries are part of one big.
It's different CEOs, but it's one. So we all sitting at one table eating together. Like, my plate look better than yours because I dropped the new Fendi collection. Oh, no, mine's gonna be good once I drop this VSOP Hennessy collection. For real, they sitting at one table. So it's like they built together. Like these they already built together. We trying to build ourselves up first, and then be like, all right, I'm gonna build you with me now. Nah.
That would take a lot longer. But you do it together, it might grow faster and bigger and all that kind of stuff. So you gotta take that into account. So I get that.
One of our things was, Leafly Ben could have opened up the entire registry. We also got a registry that's over 200,000 black businesses. We could have been opened that, but if we don't literally build within here first and then keep moving through that, then it doesn't make sense. We're not doing what we want to do. We're doing what everybody else wants.
Absolutely. So then, what do you like the most or the least about like your work environment? Like, does it affect your personal life? I know you might not have time. Like, are you working throughout the whole day for like 12 hours, like 14 hours? You sleep? Like, what is it? Like, how does it affects you like that?
All right, I enjoy being here, but this is my life. Like, if we're honest, like, if I'm not physically sit behind the laptop, literally physically working on something new, I'm reaching out to vendors. I'm yelling at artists and stuff.
You're hustling and making moves, and
then I'm turning around, I'm sitting at Amazon. I'm telling drivers about making sure they wear seatbelts. I'm telling drivers that, hey, make sure you're not speeding out there. Hey, we can see you. I'm pulling up on drivers or out doing stuff they ain't got no business.
That's a lot to manage, man.
It is.
That a strong team is core.
And I'm dealing with that at times where it ain't like I done built enough capital that I gave out, that I'm giving out, raises, stuff or anything like that. So I'm dealing with.
You're starting out. I mean, so, that's it. That's how it is. The first 5 years of the business is the hardest part. After that, then if you make it past that, then you're Gucci, man. Those are nice sneakers, by the way. I forgot to mention that first. Those are hard.
Thank you.
So that was good. So now being a young black man in the industry where it's not people that look like you in there. Now, tell me, is representation an issue? Because you have less minorities being there in the first place, right? Like, so, like, we're underrepresented in the industry part of it, in the business side of it, but we're overrepresented in the prison system. So, like, how do you, like, what's your mindset about all that?
Let's go. Oh, this is fun.
Yeah, let's talk.
So I feel like we are represented in a sense. We do have a representation in the industry. Just being around it now, like I realize, like that.
You gotta see people out there for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There's not a lot of me's in the industry. Mm-hmm. And when I say it's not a lot of me, like I'm raw me. Like I'm raw me at Amazon. Like I'm raw me 24/7. Like I'm raw me when I'm talking to drivers. I'm raw me when I'm talking to my artists. I'm raw me when I'm just me. So it's like it's not enough people in the industry that actually won't just conform to get it. Like just that won't just conform. Yeah, because it financially makes sense. And
I guess what you're talking about is like people that are in the industry right now are like business people that you're in the medical marijuana industry, whereas opposed to like people like you where you actually came from like knowing about like the trenches of the industry, like marijuana, all that kind of stuff, and then you're in part of the industry. So like those type of people that come from like the business world, people that come from like the marijuana world. So you come from like the medical marijuana or medical marijuana world in general?
I want to say just that. Like, because like I want to say it's partially like this might hurt the community as far as like helping the rest of the community get entry, but it's gonna make me a lot of money, so I do it. Okay. Because it's gonna make me a lot of money. Okay. And there's a lot of that in the industry, like just being around it, like, and I won't say nobody's names and knowing like meeting that person. I turned down YouTube when YouTube back in 2013 was like becoming the hottest thing to make money off of. I turned them down on a deal, like a nice deal that would have got me from an intern right into a nice executive position with them. Sure. I can't be brought. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's a lot of people in the industry that, especially of our color, that can. Gotcha. I'm not one of those people. Yeah. Don't do your own way. If you make it right your own way. It's not enough of that in the industry. And that's more so what I say, like, because I seen it, like even some of these deals that was cut for in Maryland for where the dispensaries are at. Just look at it. Can you go right down the street from your house right now? Or you can go close to your street, kind of on the other end, where it look nice on Patterson part, and you can get it. Yeah. But it's like you can't. You ain't gonna go in Park Heights and find one in Park Heights. Find one, you know what I mean, on Monument. Find one on Monument. Monument got stores up and down. Where's the dispensary? Mm-hmm. It's not there. Why? Because it's part of what you brought up. Mm-hmm. The security part. Oh, now I can't trust it. And now the big investor's not going to trust it. Mm-hmm. So I could be the black investor. I could be the black person who got I could be the one, and it's crazy, I could be the one that got the license. I could have got the license to open a dispensary. And I could have took it there. It's black people in the industry that will be like, no. They'd be like, no. Well, can you put it on like right here? Yeah, they don't want to put anything. Put it right here instead of right there. No, like don't put it in the heart. Don't put it in the heart. Put it right here. Yeah. Like, and they like, all right. Yeah. And then I'm gonna try to help the next person get it there. Yeah. When I couldn't even get it there. But if it's a liquor store, best believe it's gonna be there. It's gonna be there. It's gonna be there. It's gonna be right there in the hood. Like literally, like and going to what you're saying as far as the cons is, it's hard fighting a business that was literally built in racism. Yeah. Like in 1937. Marijuana that's when the act was finally passed to completely ban it, right? Sure. It was completely banned because the majority believed the idea that marijuana made us act crazy, made us act mad and angry and aggressive. Mm-hmm. How further from the truth could it be? Yeah, word. Like how further from the truth? It was banned because they really went on the they didn't have nothing else. It was the Great Depression, and so from 1925 into 1937, when they finally got every legislative lawmaker that was running on the basis, it makes them act angry.
Sure.
Like, it makes them act mad. They
that's the whole backstory conspiracy why it was even banned in the first place with the whole marijuana.
You know,
Mexico and all that kind of stuff too. So
and you know, and it was that it was they was unable to control the new population of the Mexicans coming up here, and they felt that if they allowed the Mexicans and blacks to get in a conjoint, like you know what I mean, dang. Hey, you got this good grass. Hey, we up here. We gonna get y'all visas straight, and now we running now the country ran by immigrants. Now the country ran by immigrants. Mind you, we was already a country of immigrants. That's why we barely fought that's why we were scared to fight in World War I. Yeah. We was already a country of immigrants. We didn't know who we wanted to side with. We don't even know who we wanted to bang with.
I'm just here.
I'm just here. I just came here, man. I ain't got nothing to do with it, man.
I'm chilling.
And that is really, that's the most interesting point, right? Like, because America is literally one of the only countries that's never been under, like, control of another country at any point. Like, one of the only ones, right? Yeah. Where it's like, we ain't walking out and there's Mexican soldiers running out streets and stuff like, get back in the house, you're a surgeon. Like, it is not that for real. But we built on immigrants, and that's
I could do like 10,000 podcasts on like just the craziness of that thinking in general. But that's neither here nor there. We'll talk about that another time for sure. And then actually, before I ask this question, let me ask this one. What do you want like the podcast world, the surrounding DMV community to know the most about? Anything you mentioned today, whether it's your business or the industry, like what do you want the biggest takeaway from this to be? Pretty much this conversation for people to kind of go like how can people everyday people what can they do to help the cause or become involved, become patients, or whatever the case may be? Like what do you?
You can go to any provider. Any provider is a list. If you go to but if you search the MMCC.
MMCC, okay.
Or you just type in Maryland Medical Cannabis Commission, you will see everything you need to do to sign to be a patient, or if you are a doctor that can prescribe people to get any type of controlled substance, you can also get registered to be a provider. And if you want to talk business, then you come over to Hood.
We'll chop it up.
Okay. We'll definitely teach you how to get into the business. And
that's what I like about that too. You guys educate people about how to get into business as well too. Not just like trying to be stingy about it, like, oh no, I don't want anybody to invade my space and stuff.
It's part of a business, man. The more businesses, the more money we get.
Exactly.
The more businesses, the more money we get. The more people that need delivery. So it works out. Like I say, like
for sure.
And we got a lot that we definitely are doing that's going to put people right in the right position.
Okay, gotcha. So that's how you want to raise awareness about the whole industry. So let's talk about. I know you mentioned like a few events coming up. One of them was like the Let Us Smoke tour. Talk about to raise awareness about medical marijuana and also to change the narrative about marijuana as well too, right?
Yeah.
So talk about that. What's coming up? You have that coming up, and you also have your other event called Cali Vibes as well too.
Yeah. So we got
those two events.
So I start with because Cali Vibe is next for real.
That's on 420, right?
Yeah.
Why 420? Huh? Interesting.
You know what's crazy? This is 50. This is the 50th anniversary. A lot of people don't know that 50th anniversary. So 1971. If anybody that don't know, 1971 in San Rafael, California, at San Rafael High School, 5 students. They set out on they had a treasure map that was set out to find the best crop, and it became. And 420 was the actual meetup time. Like
gotcha. Okay.
And so that's where it originated from. Interesting enough, it became what it is today.
Yeah, 420.
Where it's bigger than just a day to smoke weed. Where it's just like this year, it'll be political outrest. People will be protesting. People will be walking.
Talk all the issues involved with marijuana in the prison complex, all that kind of stuff.
It's a lot, and And we wanted to make it an event to have fun and really not just be about, hey, let's just smoke some weed, it's 420, but really be able to educate, not even just, and that's why we added the all you can drink to the ticket, where it's like people that don't know about marijuana may can come and get a different outlet on what actual marijuana is about and what it actually does. Because me personally, I tell everybody it became a medicine. It became a medicine that I needed. Yeah. Like I suffer individually from severe anxiety disorder. Sure. So like marijuana became my peace and my calm, and not like I don't have bad anxiety. Like I'm like, oh, I just got that. I'm not here yet, and I'll be meaning that to just call me and be like, let me.
Yeah, you want to educate people about it. People are skeptical about marijuana, I don't know about it, but like you educate them, put them at ease, whatever. And it's good that you have the alcohol there too, so people don't feel like they have to go there and smoke up. They can just drink alcohol, walk around, and learn about it.
And it's crazy because that's what I've been. That's been one of the biggest responses I've been getting. Yeah, that's when people was like, "Oh, I don't smoke. Oh,
exactly. You can drink too. Yeah,
all you can drink. Yeah. And they're like, "Oh, for real? All right, cool."
Yeah, even though alcohol is more dangerous, but okay. Yeah, kills people every time, but okay, cool.
We got it. I be trying to stay away from it because then they get like, "Well, I don't care."
So that was for the Cali Vibes tour or the Let Us tour?
The Cali Vibes.
Okay, now what about the Let Us Smoke tour? No,
so Let Us Smoke tour is what would have happened last year.
Okay.
And it's kind of more so. I've been, like I said, I've been with Hulu now for a year.
Okay.
Ooh, February 18th made a year. Okay. Yeah, February 18th made a year, which was the beginning of this.
Hulu, like the TV thing?
Yeah. Okay. So Hulu is real big on our connection. That's why I haven't got deep into Hood Goods Network.
Sure.
Because the thing we trying to do is work on basically becoming their platform for podcasts. Those smaller people, they want to do something that allows everyday people to basically distribute through their streaming service, but they wanna basically curve it in a way that it doesn't become as open and as free as a YouTube.
Okay.
So that's what we working on. That's why I haven't dived deep into things I've been doing with it, because they kind of want us to bring them a catalog before we even start launching. Okay. Or doing anything really is like bring us a catalog. But I'm also telling them, pay me more than YouTube won't pay me.
Sure. So that's still in the works right now. Let Us Smoke tour.
No. Let Us Smoke is though. But like I was saying, that was the initial connection between me and Hulu.
Okay.
And also when they first started the self-service service platform where everyday businesses can go and advertise through them. Okay. We working with businesses. That's our connection to garnish more people through it. Okay. So the Let Us Smoke tour was. Hey, you want to connect to you? We showed you what we can do in the Mid-Atlantic. We want to connect to these 10 different cities.
Gotcha.
And it was like, if we can connect in these 10 different cities where we can move the recreational. That's like I spoke to you earlier. Mm-hmm. We can move the recreational. We can then make it cheaper medical for everyone.
Gotcha.
Like our goal is. The average non-smoker really need about an ounce a month, right? Mm-hmm. Like if they truly just take
it's an average smoker. Yeah,
they're just taking their ability for medicine. Like most people take it to stimulate their diet in the morning, and then at night to get some sleep, right? That's about an ounce. Mm-hmm. We want to generalize that down to cut it down to where I can get an ounce. I'm producing it at a level that I can get an ounce for $500, because now I can then make that premium not all but $32.
Okay.
I can make that premium $32 for a medical patient that actually need it, because I'm charging you the real price that I should be charging you because you're getting the recreation.
It's like the Volo City of medical marijuana. Volo City is the thing to do here in Baltimore, where like we pay to like do like intramural sports and stuff, so that the kids can get it for free.
So,
like that. It's called Volo City. If you're in Baltimore, then you know what that's all about.
Definitely. I actually want to do that. I might do that now.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Okay, gotcha. So yeah, I know a lot of stuff about you from Hood Goods and stuff. I think you sent me some more stuff about Hood Goods. I'm gonna post it too when I drop this episode. All the different stuff you have about Hood Goods, so people can learn more about it and find out where to actually find out more.
And our website, our new website will be launching next week.
Okay, next week. Is it like hoodgoods.com or?
That's the thing. We is probably gonna be either Hood Goods and Treats, or Hood Goods LLC. So,
okay, I'm looking forward to that then. Yeah, let me know about that for sure. Just hit me my line.
It's just that we didn't want to work. I didn't want to do it. I didn't like Squarespace. Like I did not like working through Squarespace. And I wanted to go back to Wix. Because Wix is so much more easier.
What's Wix? W-I-C-S?
W-I-X. It's,
Wix.
It's like a website. It's a website.
Oh, gotcha.
And you can really, I like how they do it. It's more so it's more so user friendly.
Oh, gotcha.
Squarespace is more so for somebody that probably got a real eye for websites.
Yeah.
And it didn't make a
Yeah. Start off there first, and if you want to expand and grow to different, Squarespace, whatever, then definitely do that. So, okay. That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. So, I mean, thanks for all that, man. You got a lot of information about the industry and, like, your business part of it, what you're doing and all that kind of stuff. So, before we keep going with more questions for you, let me give them some pharmacy news. I like to do this sometimes about, what's going on in the pharmacy world. So, I know I saw a story on, I think, U.S. News and Drug the other day about the overdose deaths. And this kind of goes tied in hand with medical marijuana, too, helping some of these different causes as far as, like, treating pain, all that kind of stuff. But anyways, I saw that overdose deaths have grown faster in urban counties. You know what urban means. So it's growing faster in urban counties. So let's go over the deadliest drugs in America. So it goes from top 10, all right? So from 10 to 1. So number 10, you gotta guess what it is? Deadliest drugs in America. Number 10, you never guess, it's Benadryl. That's number 10 deadliest drug.
No. It's not so shocking. I did have a time where I did get myself in trouble and I went away, right?
You got a Benadryl story? Okay.
And like people in prison really use those drugs as like
facts.
It's high. And that's why I say I'm not mad. I
people use loud.
I believe it should be a little bit higher.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But when you see the rest of it, you know why I wasn't higher.
Okay.
Number 9 was hydrocodone, opiate. Number 8 was methadone, opiate. Number 4 was morphine, opiate. Number 5 was oxycodone, opiate. Number 6 was alprazolam, which is benzodiazepine for like anxiety, that kind of stuff. So, numbers, what was the number 5 I said? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Yeah, 5 was that. 4 is methamphetamine, so you like the stimulants, like ADHD stuff, whatever, right? 3 was cocaine. It's still out there in the streets. The cocaine is still out there. That's number 3. Number 2 is the heroin. The heroin. That's number 2. You say you have a pipe. You have a heroin pipe, right? That's what Space Jam told me. Number 1 is fentanyl. Fentanyl is number 1 by far. Yeah. Like, by far, number 1 is fentanyl. They mix fentanyl. That's why you have to get your stuff from, like, trusted sources, man. Because they mix some fentanyl with the marijuana sometimes. So you don't know what you're smoking.
I've never gotten marijuana from anybody. I can't tell them, ask them if they want to hang out later. So
I got big facts.
All my friends. I never.
That's facts.
Yeah.
That's big facts. So that was the top 10 of overdose causes of deaths in America. And the other segment I do is called If You Don't Know, Now You Know, Biggie Boys. These are the top medications that can make you tired, okay? Top medications that can make you tired. I don't know if you guys can get some of these. Some of these make sense to me too. So number 10 was anxiety medications like Xanax, Valium, Klonopin for epilepsy and seizures. The second one on the list was antidepressants like Lexapro, Zoloft. Antidepressants can make you sleepy. Muscle relaxants also on the list like Flexeril, Soman, if you heard of some of those before. Allergy medication, it was surprising to me, but you can get some that are obviously non-drowsy, but like some allergy medications definitely make you sleepy. But if you get like Zyrtec and like maybe Claritin too, I think they have
melatonin. What is melatonin?
That's for sleep. That's for sleep. That's make you tired. That's for sleep for sure. No, but like Claritin, Benadryl, Zyrtec, those are like allergy medications. Okay. We got hypertension medications like Lisinopril, hydrochlorothiazide. That can help you. That can make you sleepy as well because it slows your heart rate. We got anti-nausea medications like Dramamine and Meclizine. That can also make you tired as well too. And then we all know about opiates, all right? So those pain meds could definitely very addictive and also can make you also tired as well too. So those are medications to look out for. If you ever feel like you're taking them, you feel tired, you know why? Because this is medications. You know what I mean? So those are why I kind of want to get into a little bit. But then the last thing I think I have for you, you mentioned like what's coming up, the plans, right? As far as your tours and everything like that. Let's go over why they want to choose Hood Goods as your delivery provider? Because people heard about Hood Goods right now, but like, why should they choose you as their delivery provider? Because I know you sent me some stuff here that says, you know, you have help with startup assistance, growth management, promotion. You got to do promotions, face-to-face, like definitely support and services, sponsorships for sure. Marketing with internet, product research, and just kind of an opportunity to stand out in a small competitive pool of vendors and distributors, all that kind of stuff, and, you know, event coordinating and marketing. But like, why? What's your pitch, your elevator pitch, of why choose Hood Goods as your special delivery? Special delivery, I want this.
But that's crazy. That's actually in our first commercial that we launched in 2
Oh, really? Oh, that's
2 months, right?
That's what's up.
But is like this is so funny because now it's stuck in my head. But yeah. So the reason you want to choose Hood Goods is because you go with all these other companies, like. You're around a bunch of people who already are established. Like, even though you shop on Amazon, do you not? If you don't just buy the stuff from anybody, you buy the brands that you already know, right? So with Hood Goods, we're giving you that connection that as the back end brand that's just delivering your products, you stand out. So like when we show up, we're not here just as Hood Goods. We're here as Ashley's brand. You know what I mean? Like Ashley's
delivered
brand,
by Hood Goods.
but delivered by Hood Goods. So you feel more so about, hey, Ashley's brand got Hood Goods delivering that stuff. That must mean that their reliability is more. It increases your reputation as a business. And that's where we are. That's why I always say most companies help you grow. We're here to help you build and start. So that's where we come in. We here for the start.
You guys.
Like we literally have came from companies that, dang, I want to sell dinners. We got you. You send that. It's simple as sending a text. Like you ain't never got to even talk to most of the people. You just send a text. Hey, I want this.
Do I guess gonna do an app like
we are gonna. Alright, so the first person that was looking to do us an app told us they wanted to charge us $60,000 to do an app.
Okay, cool. See you later. Have fun.
And
a lot goes into it, sure.
And then the other person was like, so it's $1,500 per month per developer working on it. So it's like, and there's still no timeline of when they get done. But supposedly, the more developers you spend per month, the quicker it should take. Behind no computer, but if I put 5 developers on a job, it should take them 2 months.
It shouldn't take. Hopefully, more people working on that. It should.
Then it was like $12,000 for a chance that I ain't bringing that many people in.
Sure.
So it was like, I'm also wanting to work in a smaller space first. And build it where it's like, all right, I got 1,000 people a day. I can't because I manage that basically. We all manage if we want app that we can kind of get on, and then we go from there.
Yeah, you let it grow organically, like you keep building it.
In here.
Who?
Janae.
Oh, Janae called.
Yeah.
Put on speaker. Let's talk to Janae. Like you're live on Druggy Nation podcast.
Hello.
Hey, Janae, how you feeling? What's going on?
Feeling kind of sick.
You feeling kind of sick? Got the Ronies over there? The Ronies got you? Damn, Janae said it so. I'm messing with you.
Not the Ronies.
Are you doing okay though? You doing alright?
No, my mother been making me stay in the basement.
Make you stay in a space? Oh, you secluded. You like segregated and shit.
Making me stay in the basement.
Ah, segregation at its finest. Damn.
It's like prison.
Yeah.
That's how it feels. Dark down here.
So it's me, Aaron, and Ashley, or Space Jam, I guess, and Ashley, and we just actually finished, almost done recording the pod right now. So I'm gonna get you on the phone, so you're gonna be here physically with us. We'll get you on here, so at least you'll be on an episode too, you know. Say something crazy.
Hi, everybody.
Oh man.
You right by the microphone.
She by the mic. They can hear you. But no, it's all good though. You know, hopefully, you know, you get well soon. You know, I guess you got quarantined for a little bit, but you know, so you young, you be alright. You young.
Y'all didn't put that much about me being sick because y'all sure did.
Yo, you sent me that text, I can't make it. Alright, cool. So like, I didn't say, are you feeling okay? All right, man. See you later.
Wow.
So, alright, but Janae, stay for this. I'm doing an outro right now. I'm gonna do the outro. This is how I usually do my outro. So, I want to say thank you guys all for listening. I hope you guys were entertained and learned a few things. It's only gonna get better. Remember to like and follow my Facebook page, Drug E Nation. That's DRUG-E Nation. The link is in my IG bio as well. Just search my name and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon. I'm on Amazon as well too. I'm everywhere pretty much. So anywhere you listen to podcasts or get your podcast fixed from, I'm there, okay? And make sure you leave a comment too, because I want to hear from you guys too. I know y'all listening. I see all them downloads every freaking week, so I know y'all listening. Leave some comments, alright? So put on your mask when I drive to the club, which is Target, or the grocery store, and let your friends know about it. Share with your friends and family, all that good stuff, all right? And then let me know what you want to hear me and my guests talk about on future episodes. Send me a message on Facebook or IG or whatever it is, and I'll definitely make it happen, all right? So it's only gonna get better. Now for today's daily dose, which is the quote of the day, since it's Women's History Month, I want to do a quote from the legendary Rosa Parks on that fateful day on that bus. And it goes like this. Nah. So that's a quote from her. That's what I said. I said, nah, I'm good. I'm going to say right here in the front. I said, nah. So, guys, you got anything you want to shout out now before we end it? About your hood goods and all that good stuff?
Shout out to Janae for even making this even possible.
For sure. The connect.
And we hope she feel better for real. We praying and got our prayers up. And...
you know I had to play it though before we left. I gotta put a remix.
But definitely make sure y'all all are there 4/20/2021.
Cali
Make sure you're there. 6 East Lafayette. Make sure you're there. First annual Cali Vax.
Special delivery. Look good, special delivery. You know what it is. Alright, so I want to say so it's still R.I.P. to Nipsey the Great, R.I.P. to Kobe B. Bryant, R.I.P. to the Black Mamba, R.I.P. to
the Black Panther.
The Black Panther as well too. Mama mentality. So yeah, man, y'all go ahead and subscribe.
In honor of Black History, Women's History Month.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to Sister Tyson.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And all the great women we lost in history as well too. Y'all did a lot, moving things forward for everybody. All right. So shout out to y'all and shout out to Rosa Parks and Nah. All right. So with that, thank y'all for listening again. Shout out to my guests, Space Jam. Shout out to Janae on the phone. Shout out to Ashley for being here as well too. All right. It's only gonna get better. And with that, guys, special delivery, man. We out.
Yo.